Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we're continuing the journey of Ben 10 Omniverse. This is Season 2, Episode 10. I know the title because Part 1 was last week. This is Showdown Part 2. A lot of things happened in Part 1, and normally with two-parters in Ben 10, Part 1 is a lot of setup, some cool stuff may happen, but a lot of the payoff is in Part 2. Holy crap, a lot of things happened in Part 1, but the biggest thing that you guys were commenting saying, we've been waiting since you started Omniverse to get to this moment, which was Malware in the flashback pulling apart Ben, young Ben obviously, and feedback out of the Omnitrix. How did he do it? No clue, but he did it, and then he disintegrated and killed feedback. That's why we've never seen him during the present day or anything. Shut up, computer. During present day of Omniverse, or even before then, in terms of like Alien Force or Ultimate Alien, we didn't know this alien even existed. Now we know why, and now I understand. Because Ben at the time thought he killed Malware because he slammed his hand with the Omnitrix in and basically, I don't know, just disintegrated him. Well, he thought. Well, we saw it happen, but he thought he was dead. So Ben's reaction episodes back of coming face to face with Malware again all these years later, there's a reason why he was like scared and freaking out, because he lost an alien in the process and thought he killed this guy, Malware, alien, whatever. He thought, gone, Malware's done. No. So man, I don't know where we go from here. And there's a giant explosion above all them. And I was saying, is that a moon? There's like, no, that's another planet. I have no idea. I'm just ready to dive in to see what the hell's going on, because my God, Part 1 was insane. So without further ado, let's get into now Showdown Part 2, aka the Season 2 finale of Omniverse. Let's go. Holy shit. Exactly, that wasn't going to stop him. Oh shit. Ben 10. Oh my God, dude.
But if Malware was on the moon when it blew,
he's not
problem
dead.
solved.
No.
Right?
Oh, now pieces are falling to... Oh my God, dude.
First thinker.
Energy. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Hit that. Oh.
He's been scattered over half the planet by now.
Shit.
It's raining psychopaths.
You, colorful shirt man. You are related to that menace.
Find Ben and get him in here.
He's dealing with like a planetary problem right now.
Ben Tennyson anywhere in this sector, Magister.
How do we fix this?
Yeah, how do you fix this?
Seriously? You're the smartest guy in 3 galaxies?
5.
Where you gave life.
Oh, he's giant.
Destruction.
If that's the best you can do, I'm not impressed.
No, nothing I do could ever impress you.
Give up this vendetta of yours.
He's
and
not.
We'll work together to make you whole.
It is too late.
Oh shit. Yep. Oh, that wasn't smart. Yes. Damn. Malware's prepared though.
My proto tool.
Oh, that sucks. What? Hey, he absorbed it. This is bad. This is bad. Careful. Jesus. Oh my God, dude.
Even now, there are pieces of my body working their way to the planet's core. But first, I shall devour you.
Oh shit, shit, shit.
Get Asmoth out of here. No, no one leaves.
Ben! He's...
I've got it.
Gwen! Yes! 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 Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes.
He'll come around in a few hours.
I'll come around here. Nope.
Or now.
It's only a matter of hours until Malware's feelers
And he was
reach the
saying
planet's
that he
core.
is.
Once that happens, I designed Galvan Prime with a series of firewalls to insulate sections of the planet from each other. I'll know more once Rook, Gwen, and I return from what's left of Galvan B.
That's not a very inspiring plan.
Not
Have
really.
you got a better plan?
Just saying. So you need us to keep Malware busy while the Wonder Twins here fix the controls.
We might possibly resent that reference.
Gwen is only attractive by human standards.
Oh.
It's true.
Okay.
I've seen Rook's homeworld. So to him, Gwen's like what? An orangutan with glasses?
Love you, bye.
Bye.
We beat
I mean, it's not really flying. You're just gonna... Okay, crash. Yep.
Nah, it's never that easy.
Go muster the troops.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. He's just stopping. Well, that's not good.
Come on.
That's amazing.
Will ya?
And your shoelaces.
Kaiju fight. Yep, here we go. Not good. Oh, shit.
Yes, I think I can work with these.
Can you?
Do
And
either
do
of
what?
you have any pocket change?
Exactly. Dude, it's a trap. Oh.
We're done.
Well, turn it on.
Turn it on already, come on. Thank you. Oh. Oh, he's pissed. Oh, that's a cool shot, though, of way big like that.
Your journey.
Dude, holy shit. Now we're inside Malware. Why not?
I like school, but we probably learn more with Grandpa Max.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
after the death
I
of
guess.
feedback.
We've been through a lot the past few days.
I come 76,000 light years, and I don't even get a formal greeting. You don't learn anything when you win, Ben Tennyson.
It felt like he was a part of me.
Well, you can let that one loss define you from now on, or you can learn from it.
You can see me now?
Did you learn from it?
What? Oh my god.
I don't think there's any big takeaway from our big fail back then.
Dude.
Guess you're still mad at me, huh?
We're not losers.
No.
Beating ourselves up is just doing a favor for Malware and everyone else we ever go up against.
Wow. That's awesome. Oh. Oh? What the fuck? What? He got feedback? He got it? What?
Hey, everybody.
Did he get feedback back because of he was in? I don't know. Oh.
Now I remember why I like this guy.
Oh, that was cool. All right, all right. Save the dog. Save the dog.
Dumb mutt.
Oh, he reversed it. Yeah, they're gonna be friends now. Yep.
Good doggy.
Gosh, you Tarzan. That long shot, though. Ooh.
Okay, Azimuth. I guess we'll be going now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
yeah,
Ben
yes.
Tennyson.
Don't ask.
This episode was awesome. There's obviously a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to talk about some of the things that really stood out to me in the episode, but overall, had a great time with this episode. I really enjoyed it. Number one, we'll get to this first. I love the fact that Kevin and Gwen, of course, are back. I loved it. However, I love they were in the episode, but they really didn't do too much. It was more so like, they're here. Like, oh, yeah, I'm freaking out, obviously, and I'm expecting we're going to see some really cool shit. Kind of happens. Not really. It's more so, and I understand. The whole point of Omniverse is Ben and Rook. And Kevin and Gwen are kind of just guest stars, guest appearances at this point. I love the fact they were in this episode, but they really didn't do too much. I wish they had more to do in the episode. That would have, at least to me, justified a little bit. And I understand Gwen was there because she could track Ben wherever he was because of the mana. I understand. And they even addressed that. They had a line. But I kind of wish Kevin and Gwen had more to do in the episode, because I think it would have really enhanced the episode even more. Even though I had a great time with the episode, it was awesome, and a great way to wrap up Season 2. So, past that, love Gwen and Kevin, love seeing them. Wish they had more to do, but it's fine, love seeing them. Another thing that I thought was really interesting is the way they handled the death of Malware, because I was wondering, because we saw the death of Malware in that flashback, but it really wasn't the death of Malware. We thought it was. But what it was, and I thought it was interesting too, how they did it, is because we have this whole entire setup of where Ben is absorbed into Malware, and we have this amazing moment. I think it might be the best part of the episode, where we have Omniverse Ben talking to young Ben. So we had Yuri Lowenthal, of course, as older, modern times, like in terms of like, Omniverse, Alien Force Ultimate Alien. We had Yuri Lowenthal's Ben and Tara Strong's Ben interacting with her. Now, we've already seen this, of course. We've already seen them actually interact, but within this kind of mindset, kind of like in his own head kind of thing, vision, whatever, he's basically saying, I think I have to forgive you. Because we see young Ben interact with Azimuth, where Azimuth's like, you don't learn by winning. You learn when you lose something. Like, you learn from that experience. You learn from something, like, in that effect. If you're just constantly winning and succeeding, you're not learning anything, or if you are, it's not anything really of value, per se. That was whole Azimuth's point. And when Ben was able to forgive his younger self, and they were able to kind of unify, he emerges as feedback, which is like, because I was like saying during the reaction, I'm not sure if I kept it in or whatever, but I was like saying, is it because the DNA of feedback was like absorbed within Malware and that's how he's able to kind of regain that alien? I have no clue. Maybe because it's the new Omnitrix? Maybe. But regardless, we have feedback. And that was how he actually ended up killing Malware. They did not say killed, but it's implied. It's obvious, right? He killed Malware. Because I don't think we're going to see that character again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll come back. Who knows? But Malware kills feedback, destroys him, and then he turns around and gets feedback back and then takes out Malware. I thought that was just great how they handled that. Because the way it was kind of implied at first was that we're going to see Ben as way big fight a giant Malware, which happened. We got the giant kaiju fight. But I love how the whole, like, full circle in terms of feedback, he was able to get revenge essentially, and now he has his favorite alien. But now we have to make sure Ben doesn't get obsessed, because he was really obsessed. That was kind of the point of before Malware, of course, did what he did. They had the whole intervention and everything because Ben was just overly using feedback. So hopefully that doesn't go down that road. Some funny moments for sure in terms of I forget what their names, but the two the two gray matters, like they were. Like, they're weird characters for sure, but they had to get Grandpa Max's belt for some reason, which just made it just ridiculous and over the top and just kind of silly in terms of, like, the silliness of Omniverse. Because Omniverse is really, and it makes sense in terms of flashbacks being around the after the classic era in terms of that timeline of the show, but still dealing with that classic era of, Ben and Gwen and Grandpa Max. We have those flashbacks in terms of the tone of the original Ben 10 show and then Omniverse are kind of in the same thing, because we've discussed obviously before, Alien Force Ultimate Alien more serious, still has those kind of comedic goofy type things, but it's really Omniverse that kind of goes back to that kind of like tone more so of the silliness and the goofiness of Ben 10 classic, the original. So interesting how they did that, but it made it make sense because that's the kind of tones. Of course, Grandpa Max had to take his belt off and his pants fall down, of course. Seems like Kyber, who knows what happened to Kyber, right? He's still out and about. But Kyber's dog is now Kevin's dog, which should not have been too surprising. But when I saw them first run into each other, I'm thinking, oh, we're going to see a fight. And then he's just walking, he's just biting his leg, he's just dragging the dog along. That was funny. Trying to think something more that happened in this episode that I wanted to discuss specifically. Trying to think. Azimuth is still treating Ben kind of nonchalant. I think he respects Ben, but he just doesn't have the capacity or the thought process to treat Ben differently or to treat him a certain way. Because then again, Ben's made a lot of mistakes. So I understand Azimuth's point of like not being overly emotional or anything when it comes to him. Now we've seen flashbacks where we saw the actual origin essentially, or in terms of like his relationship that he had and how it fell apart and broke. And I think that has ultimately changed Azimuth to be who he is now, because he became so obsessed with his work, but then he lost the one he cared about. And now he's basically trying to do all of these things that are hopefully for the better, to prove, to show that he has changed. He's learning to change, because she left because he made that sword or whatever. He had this idea of like this sword, and then of course we saw where it destroyed a planet. Just chaos there. So he's been doing all these things from the Omnitrix and all that because he's trying to do better and try to show that he has listened and what she was saying. So I like how that has been incorporated into the character, but I think because she left and everything, that has ultimately scarred and changed Azimuth in a sense. He has vulnerable moments, but of course here he's not going to let emotions drive him. It's all about the logic. It's all about facts for him as a character. It's crazy to think that we're now 2 seasons into Omniverse. We have 8 total. So we still have a number of episodes to go, but then the show's going to be done. And it's something that I'm constantly thinking about in terms of what is the future of Ben 10 content, because apparently there's a number of stuff that I could, and I probably will check out once I'm finished with Omniverse, that are like fan products or something that is more, or it just has spoilers in it that if I was to watch now or something would give away shit. So I'm excited to see what the future holds in terms of after I finish Omniverse, of the stuff that fans like you guys want me to check out, but I just can't right now due to spoilers. And I know it's not really been discussed too much, but when I have brought it up, you guys have been freaking out about it. So if you're still watching, I appreciate you guys still watching the video. But I think I want to be discussing it more as we're getting closer and closer to wrapping up Omniverse. I've had discussions and thinking about the reboot. Now I know a lot of people hear that, they go, "What?" I understand the reboot is polarizing with a lot of Ben 10 fans, and I'm not sitting here saying I would like cover all of the reboot, but apparently there are stuff within the reboot that is decent or at least worth watching. That's what I've heard from people, even people who despise the reboot. They say, well, there are some stuff that you might be interested in terms of what happens in the reboot or certain episodes, or I know there's been a couple of like TV movies or something as well. I don't know. I'm just saying, thinking about what also is out there in terms of continuity, in terms of, obviously it's a whole new continuity, it's a reboot, but there is still something there, right? Not saying I'm going to cover the entire show, just saying I possibly could go down that route if it makes sense, if it makes sense for me to do. So we'll see. But as of right now, I'm enjoying the run of Omniverse. I'm having a good time with the show, and I'm just not ready. The reason why I'm bringing up the reboot specifically, and the more I'll bring it up more often, is because I don't want this to end. Because I love this franchise. I love what they've done with the continuity. I love what they've done. I don't want it to end. Now I understand, but the reboot's a different continuity. I know, but I'm talking about the IP of Ben 10. I'm talking about these characters. I understand it's more kiddie, the reboot, but I'm loving what they've done with the shows. And maybe watching the reboot would probably change my opinion on overall Ben 10. I don't think it would, because I know it's not in the same continuity. It's a whole new thing, and it's for a younger audience. But if there is some stuff that's worth at least watching for the channel, why not give it a shot? I've watched plenty of stuff on the channel, trailers, shows, especially the Arrowverse shows. I've watched plenty of stuff that has just had bad stuff in it, right? I've pushed through bad seasons of The Flash, bad seasons of Arrow. I've pushed through bad seasons of Supergirl when I was still watching that show at some point too. I've pushed past bad things. So if there are things that are worth watching, that doesn't mean I'm going to watch the entire reboot. But if there's stuff worth reacting to, it's possible I might do it. But we still have a good amount of time before we even get to that point. I'm just stating and letting you guys know, if you're still watching this, it's a possibility, because I love this universe, and I understand it's a reboot, but I'm looking at what could be out there. Like I said, I know there's fan stuff and other things that you guys want me to watch. Definitely will cover that too. But I'm just stating possibly. Who knows? So overall, this is a great wrap-up of Season 2, a great wrap-up of the show so far in terms of, because we've been building up this Malware stuff since Season 1. So, yeah, and there was no tease or anything ahead of what's going to happen in starting of Season 3, so we'll see what happens from there. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode of Ben 10 Omniverse, and what are your thoughts overall about Season 1 and 2? Which season do you prefer over the other in terms of Season 1 of Omniverse and Season 2? Which one do you prefer? I don't know how I felt. I'd have to really go back and kind of look at the episodes and kind of think more on each individual one to see which season I like better. Ultimately, I just love the fact that I'm into this franchise, I'm into this these characters, and love what they've been doing, and I've been here for quite a while watching Ben 10. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.